are the L397. Let's get this box opened. So let's just make sure everyone's okay. I'm just going to leave these guys in here. So I've had them shipped to me, so they'll be floating for about half an hour just to get their bags up to the temperature of the aquarium. Okay, we're back. So let's get them out of their bags and pop them in the tank. Now, if anyone has kept plecos, you'll know this, but the best way to actually transfer plecos from bags or aquariums is actually with your hands. If you're handling big plecos, you're probably going to want to wear a glove. These guys are relatively small. I'm not worried about them spiking me in any way, so I'm just going to quickly do that now. And they're gone. Okay, so all three which have been added today are in the aquarium, but this external canister filter, which is currently hooked up to the Zebra Pleco aquarium, that needs to be taken off now because this aquarium is fully cycled and hooked up to this aquarium so it can support in cycling this new external canister filter and the sponge filter at the back there. Hooked up the fluval filter. Essentially it's just blowing everything over to the actual external canister filter just to maintain the flow from the output from the main canister filter coming over here, and it will just keep pushing it around. So yeah, all hooked up. So what I'll do now, I'm going to let these guys settle in. I'll turn off the light so they can all calm down, and using the magic of video editing and time, I'll come back when I've got the other three plecos and they've settled in for a bit, and then we'll just talk about how they're doing. Okay, I might have lied. This isn't when the next three have arrived, but I wanted to just show you guys this thing. So these guys have been here for a day, and you can see the havoc or the chaos that they have created with bits of wood, bits of poo. I always find with plecos which are more herbivorous, they actually defecate a lot more. Check this out. So I can't quite see them, but there is one. Let me see if I can zoom in. Just flicking underneath here. I might need to just adjust the light on the tank. 2 seconds. Okay, so this might be a bit easier to see. I normally have the lights quite dim for my pleco tanks, but you can just see the fins of one of them, and there's one on the wood there, and look how perfectly they blend into the wood. So when you see these fish in shops or online, you see they're bright red with black stripes, and you think, what kind of bizarre fish would have such bright coloration in the wild? But when you actually put them on the wood, they blend in perfectly, as if they're part of the wood itself, and I thought that was pretty cool to see. Another one, there's two under this piece of wood at the moment, there's another one under there. You can probably just see its eyes. Then the new ones will be arriving shortly, probably early hours tomorrow, and I'll pop them in, and then with the magic of video editing and time, I'll update you on everything. Alright, so the 6 L397 plecos are in the aquarium. They're a Panaculus species, sometimes called the red stripe or red tiger pleco. I've got 3 which are about 3 to 5 centimeters in length, and 3 which are between 5 and 7 centimeters in length. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that over the next few days and weeks, just to make sure that there's no picking on the little guy when they're getting some food. I've popped a couple of spirulina tabs in there. We'll see if they come out. There's one rasping on the side of the log at the moment. That's one of the little ones. If I quickly just zoom in, you might be able to see one of the little ones on the top of this wood here. Oh, too far. You can probably just make it out, and apologies if the lights on my aquariums are really dim at the moment, and if I had them any brighter we wouldn't see them at all, especially given it's only a couple of days that they've really been in this aquarium, so they're just getting used to everything at the moment. So that's one of the little ones there. That's probably the smallest one I've got. It's having a bit good old rasp on the wood, and you can see how easily they blend into that wood. I mentioned it earlier, but they really do just blend into the wood. It's crazy, because when you think of them with their bright orangey red, you think, oh well, you'd stand out, but when you realise that they're actually a wood eating fish and they spend most of their time probably on wood, it makes a whole bunch of sense. And when I was catching out the larger ones, because the little ones, they're a bit too young to sex at this point, but the larger ones, I was taking a look along the caudal peduncle, which in non-Latin words means the part behind the dorsal fin going down to the tail. Essentially, they get odontes growing on that part of their body. It kind of looks like a cactus, essentially. Lots of other Panaculus species get that trait, and so do some of the Pecotia species as well. They're quite a small catfish, as are all of my catfish that I have in my aquariums. They're all maxing out around 12 centimeters in length, the smallest being my L397s, swiftly followed by the zebra pleco. So unlike the zebra pleco and the L397 hypencistrus species, which are more primarily carnivorous, these guys are a herbivorous species. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, you're probably looking at my tanks and just think they're all empty. People sometimes say to me, why do you keep fish which you can't always see, or they're hiding all the time? And it's personal preference at the end of the day, but when I was younger I used to love watching my aquarium at my parents' house, and in there we'd have a Plecostomus, and it was just one of those things where you'd be waiting for ages just to see this creature which interacts with its environment a lot more in terms of it uses it to hide or to go inside things and things like that. It used to just captivate me for hours, just thinking, oh, I might see it tonight. I just think they're such a brilliant fish, and their personality alone and the infrequency of seeing them just makes it even that much more special when you actually do see them in your aquarium, and they can really turn heads and people go, wow, what's that fish there? So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you do, don't forget like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.